So glad that you're here with me today. If this is the first time that you've been on my channel, I'm Tish and this is Tish Loves Home. So today I am back in a playroom that I have worked on before. We have a new piece of furniture. I'm doing some reorganization, and then I'm going to make a few suggestions at the end for next steps. So here is the room. There's just some empty boxes in there that if I needed to use those for storage or to get things out, I could. I am just going to be cleaning up pretty much everything where it is. This is a new piece of furniture that they got that I asked for, and I'm going to be putting some toys in there and kind of reorganizing that as I go. I already had some ideas about kind of where I wanted to group things, and I'd spent a lot of time in this playroom before, but this was like the next step. And when I leave this day, I'll be talking about what my next step will be. So I'm first of all just going through and I'm cleaning out the empty boxes. You know, I got to have sunlight, so I'm opening up the blinds, kind of getting things in each zone that I'm going to be working in and trying to decide which space I'm going to start in first. So she had gotten quite a few organizing things. She said she had been influenced by watching something on Instagram, so I was just trying to take a look at some of the things that she got. I didn't use everything. We actually kind of had quite a bit left, but we are going to be working in their office soon, so I feel like I can use some of those things in there. And you'll see as I'm going along the products that she bought. I think she got all of them off Amazon. So I will be working with some of those things in some different places too. And honestly, when I first start, I just kind of pick a spot and just start there. It's kind of overwhelming sometimes when you're looking at a space and you see all these things you need to do at one time, and you just can't do that. So I just picked a spot and just kind of started working in that particular spot. And as I get going in one area, then the other areas will kind of start to flow as well. So when I started working on this, that little cube that's in the far right hand corner on the top, that's where the cord for the TV goes. And so the little bin just didn't want to sit flat in there. So I just decided to make those like where I put the books. I think some of these bigger books, it will be easier to see them if they're displayed like this anyway. And originally I was just going to use the one on each end, but after I got started with it, you'll see that I end up using all four on the top for books. Still had some left that didn't have a home, but some of the smaller little kid books I was able to put in a bin, and I thought that would be fine. But this worked out good because some of the older kids' books, I had a different spot for those, and these were mainly like baby books.
Every time we cross paths, my heart skips a beat. There's a feeling in the air that's so, so sweet. I can't help but wonder what it'll be like when you finally come into my life. I'm waiting, waiting, waiting for you, counting down the minutes till you're here, it's true. In my dreams I see your face. I'm ready for love, ready to embrace. The anticipation is driving me wild. I can't wait to see your infectious smile. I've been searching high and low, near and far, but now I know you're the missing piece to my heart. I'm waiting, waiting, waiting for you, counting down the minutes till you're here, it's true. In my dreams I see your face. I'm ready for love, ready to embrace. it's driving me wild. I can't wait to see you're infectious. Every time we cross paths, my heart skips a beat. There's a feeling in the air that's oh so sweet. I can't help but wonder what it'll be like when you finally come into my life. I'm waiting, waiting, waiting for you, counting down the minutes till you're here, it's true. In my dreams I see your face. I'm ready for love, ready to embrace.
I moved the little kitchen across the room. It was on the other wall. The main reason I moved it was I really just wanted to have all the little food and things for the kitchen beside it, and there really wasn't anywhere to put it over there. And it just kind of made sense for it to all kind of flow, like all the toys in that little L shape. I do end up, you'll see in a minute, I end up changing the little bin that's near the wall, and I put it near the bench and scoot the kitchen near the wall. I felt like it broke that up a little bit better, and I still think there'll be plenty of room to get over there and play. And on the opposite wall, once I move this, I kind of have an idea for something that I think we could do in the future, maybe not too far future. And usually, when I'm working in a space, I do this at home too, just anywhere, you really have to get in there and work with what's in the room and kind of get a feel for it. And then you can make decisions about what else you need. So at this point, I have gotten this organized. I have toys in all of these. I will probably go ahead and put a label, mainly because for parents to just throw stuff back in. I try not to over-organize it because if kids are cleaning up, they're just going to throw it back in anyway. I moved the kitchen over here because I wanted just to have all the food stuff together, and there really wasn't room for that in the other wall. And then I've reorganized these bins. I'm not through over here. I don't really love the way that looks, so I'm going to figure that out. And then I'm going to start working in this area. I've got some of these little shoebox bins, and she's got lots of things that she bought. If we don't use those in here, we're going to use them in the office. But I have some of the things she got, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up and probably rework this area a little bit, but most of it is going to have to stay in here for now, but I do think we can rework it some. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this next. Okay, I'm ready for next steps. I think I have everything pretty much in a home right now. I am going to clean these shelves up a little bit. I had some room in those for some more books, so I'm going to straighten this up, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my labels. I'm going to label those and these down here. And then I kind of reworked the closet some. And I did use some of these things that she had, and I'm leaving a couple of empty ones so that they'll have those on hand. Kind of cleaned all of this up, and I really like this piece. They can just take this whole thing out, and it's got compartments, pencils, colored pencils, small markers, big markers, scissors, some glue sticks. So I think that really worked well for that. And then I just put the crayons in this one. So straighten this up a little bit, got that organized again. These are just clothes that need to go up that we don't have hangers for yet, so I just left those there. And then I did put two of these, one under each side, that we can have some additional storage in. I would love to see them get something to go on the wall. I think a little rug here, even a round rug, would be sweet under this table. So I'm going to make sure I suggest that. And maybe a few little pillows, just a few things that can, brighten it up a little bit. But let's get started on the books, and then we'll do our labeling. So here is the after. I've got everything labeled and put away. Got the closet doors open because I'm going to share with you what I did in there. So just cleaned everything up, reorganized, broad categories in these. You can really over-organize for kids, and it's never going to stay that way. So these are very broad. So, you know, probably won't stay that way even the way that they are now, because let's be for real. But we do have something to start with. And we will change these as they get a little bit older. Got the books there. I moved the kitchen over here so we could have the kitchen foods and gadgets in that basket. And I've got the little mop and broom thing back here, kind of all on that wall. And then they do have some extra storage areas, and I just left some of those blank so that they can, you know, have a little room to grow there. Straighten this up a little bit, and I really feel like under here, I didn't put this on our list, but I might, even a small little desk might be cute in this spot as they outgrow this. This is supposed to go in here. But this could be kind of like a little desk area, and we could even put a cork board or something right there. Might be cute. I'm going to write that down. And just straightened up a little over here. Reworked the closet. Kind of got things back in order up there. And then I left these blank because I think they can kind of do those as they want to, and I did give them some extra space. And I did some labeling with some of the reorganization. So much better shape. I think it's going to work well for them. And I wrote down on the list a round rug for in right here. We need something up here, and maybe a basket. I don't know. We could put a basket over here, or maybe even over there, move the trash can. And I think I'm going to write down small desk here, because I do think this would be a really nice little desk area as they get older. So I am going to start loading up my stuff. I think this room is looking good. And we have, I think, the office that we're going to be working on next. Thank you so much for joining me. I do want to say that when I have suggestions, they are just that, suggestions. Not trying to be bossy or tell somebody what to do. I'm just trying to give them some ideas that I think might work well. And that is one of the things that I do for all of my clients, is once I've worked a space, I try to give them ideas for next steps, or just things that I think, based on my experience, would make things maybe run a little bit smoother or a little bit better. So I hope you enjoy this quick little playroom revamp. And I hope that I will see you on the next video. Thanks, y'all.